The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And we'll see a return here. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get up.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Watson. He'll buy some time right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this, it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Fields. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, Fields. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Bears nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this round.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
6 yards left on second down. Fields now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Fields. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. They also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A play fake, now Fields to throw. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. Not much there, only a yard.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Fields. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play that time through the air. 55 yards. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Watson. Caught by Jones. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. Oh, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0.
Cowboys 14. Bears nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see today if they rely more on the ground game here.
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From the gun, here's Fields. He sets to fire deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to...
Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
They snap it to Fields. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Again, Fields. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Fields going to get this to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll make it 2nd down. Now Montgomery running right. And he stopped immediately there. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now Fields. Flush to his right. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And after the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Faking the give. Now Watson. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, Elliott. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Watson on 3rd down. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. From the red zone now, Watson. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 18. He finds some open field here. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Watson now to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it down.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Watson. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try, and time has run out on this first half.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. This one fielded at the 5. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. Man open, here is Jones. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
15 yards and leads to third down.
Throwing on third down, Watson being chased out left. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
17 more yards.
From the 50, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Cooper. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Steps away to his left, and he'll just get rid of it.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On the option, here's Elliott. Zeke with a shake and bake. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Back to throw, Watson. Complete to Jones. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And the Bears first down.
Fields on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
36-yard line. 8 yards on the
play action. It's Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first down, it's Montgomery. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And this is caught, that they say, out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. Watson off play action. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the air now with Watson. Flushed out right. Finding room to the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Running the jet sweep with Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Rolling to his right. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, here's Fields.
He's going to air one out.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think that part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
And here we go on 4th down, Fields.
That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He was with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Looking deep for Julio. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a...
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
10th carry now for Elliott. He gets away from one. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Power running by Zeke. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And this one is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And some space here. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
One last throw here for Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Dallas, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5.
And they will hit the road next week to take